Now is a good time to take a deep look into the future. Which rookies and young phenoms are ready to eventually take the NFL by storm? Who will reset the market at every position? Here's a look at the brightest future NFL stars at every position entering the 2020 season. So let's get right into it, starting with the offense. Offense. Quarterback. Joe Burrow. This one's pretty easy for us. Burrow is one of the most decorated quarterback prospects in NFL history. He's in great position to succeed with a savvy offensive-minded head coach in Zach Taylor and a nice set of skill position players that includes AJ Green, Joe Mixon, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and John Ross. Burrow won't play at an MVP level in his rookie year, but there will be more good than bad. And it won't be long before he turns the Cincinnati Bengals into Super Bowl contenders. Wide receiver. Jeudy. This one's really tough. The 2020 draft was one of the deepest ever for wideouts. You could see a number of these receivers in the Hall of Fame someday. But we'll settle on the newest Bronco here. Jeudy was regarded by many to be one of the top 2 receivers in the draft, along with CeeDee Lamb. But Jeudy gets the edge here, as he should have an easier time competing for targets in the Broncos' up-and-coming offense, with Courtland Sutton being his only real threat on the wide receivers depth chart. Jeudy has all the tools to be an elite receiver at the NFL level. His overall skill set and the fit in Denver are what landed him here, ahead of all the other young phenom wideouts. Running back. Miles Sanders. The number 53 selection from the 2019 draft produced immensely in the Philadelphia Eagles backfield. Sanders finished with 818 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 50 receptions for 509 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. Doug Peterson will certainly look to give Sanders a bigger role in 2020. He was very good in his rookie season, but we expect an even better sophomore year. Sanders is explosive and flashy when he gets the ball in open space, and the Eagles seem like they're ready to maximize his full potential. Tight end. TJ Hockenson. Between Mike Gesicki, Dallas Goedert, and Noah Fant, there's no shortage of compelling young tight ends in today's NFL. But we have to go with Hockenson. There's a reason he went 8th overall to the Detroit Lions in 2018. In regards to other tight ends, his overall talent and skill set is at another level. Hockenson was largely unproductive in his rookie year with just 32 catches for 367 yards and 2 touchdowns in 12 games. But tight ends always take time to develop. He did provide a small glimpse of what he's capable of, however, when he went off for 131 yards and a touchdown in a Week 1 contest against the Cardinals. Expect the Lions to install Hockenson more into the offense as he begins to show real signs of future stardom. Offensive tackle. Jedrick Wills Jr. We thought picking the future superstar receiver was hard. Try doing it for offensive tackles right now. The 2020 class was just as deep in elite offensive tackle prospects as wide receivers. Andrew Thomas was the first one taken at number 4 overall by the New York Giants. Jedrick Wills was next at number 10 to the Cleveland Browns. But what about Mekhi Becton of the New York Jets, or Tristan Wirfs of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Austin Jackson of the Miami Dolphins, Isaiah Wilsons of the Tennessee Titans, or going back to the 2019 draftees, what about Corey Ford, Greg Little, Andre Dillard, or Jonah Williams? So many options, so little time. But we have to choose one, and we're settling on Wills. Although Thomas was taken 6 spots ahead of him, Wills was regarded by many scouts and analysts as the top offensive tackle prospect. He's coming out of Alabama's prestigious program after all. We also like Wills' fit more so than the likes of Thomas, Wirfs, and Becton. New head coach Kevin Stefanski should make the most of Wills, who will be accompanied by prize free agent pickup Jack Conklin Jr. But to us, Wills is just slightly ahead of the rest in terms of overall talent and the perfect fit in Cleveland. Which always sounds weird to say about the Browns, but in this case, it's true. Center, Frank Ragnow. The Lions drafted Ragnow 20th overall in 2018, and the Arkansas product has quietly been one of the NFL's top centers over the last 2 seasons. Offensive linemen in general are always overlooked, and for Ragnow, it doesn't help that he's played on a Lions team that's coming off consecutive last-place finishes in the NFC North. Ragnow was a mainstay on the Detroit O-line in 2019. Pro Football Focus graded him at 74.9 overall, and in 996 offensive snaps, he allowed just 2 sacks. Ragnow was penalized 5 times, but the numbers should come down as he develops more experience. He was very good for the Lions in 2019. We expect Ragnow to be great in 2020. Guard, Connor Williams. It's like any offensive lineman who lands with the Dallas Cowboys automatically turns into gold. Since 2014, the Cowboys have built perhaps the best O-line in all of football. It starts with perennial Pro Bowlers and likely Hall of Famers Tyron Smith and Zach Martin. Tackle La'el Collins also looks like a future star. But at guard, no youngster looks more likely to shine than Connor Williams. Drafted 50th overall by the Cowboys in 2018, Williams showed some promise in his 2019 sophomore year, and he should only get better in 2020. 2020. The PFF graded Williams at just 60.9 for 2019, and he was penalized 6 times. But on the bright side, he only allowed 1 sack on 727 offensive snaps. His discipline and run blocking skills need to be refined, but as a pass protector, he's among the best. Working with so many other stars on the offensive side of the ball helps too. So expect Williams to really take off and reach another level in 2020. Defense. Defensive end, Chase Young. With all due respect to Nick Bosa and the many other future star defensive ends, nobody is on Chase Young's level. He would have gone first overall if the Bengals didn't need a quarterback so badly. Young is a generational talent who will challenge Aaron Donald as the league's best player for years to come. He's got future Hall of Famer written all over him. Enjoy this young man, Washington fans. You long-suffering folks deserve it. Defensive tackle, Derrick Brown. The Carolina Panthers drafted the Auburn defensive tackle 7th overall. In other recent drafts, he could have easily been a top 3 selection. Brown is an absolute beast along the line. He has the perfect combination of speed, athleticism, and size at 6'5", 326 pounds. Brown will change the entire dynamic of that defense in very short time. Like Young, this guy has the makings to find himself in Canton one day. Outside linebacker, Bradley Chubb. Drafted 5th overall by the Denver Broncos in 2018, Chubb didn't waste any time showing Broncos fans what's to come. He posted 12 sacks, 21 quarterback hits, and 2 forced fumbles as a rookie. Indeed, he and Von Miller formed quite the dynamic pass rushing duo. Chubb's highly anticipated sophomore season was ruined by a season-ending ACL tear. He posted just 1 sack in 4 games before the injury. Chubb should have no problem getting back into his 2018 form, provided he stays healthy. He'll be a major star for years to come, and he's set up nicely in a Vic Fangio-led defense. Chubb will be a double-digit sack machine for a long, long time. 2020 will be his true breakout year, in case 2018 wasn't impressive enough for you. Middle linebacker, Devin Bush. It's no wonder the Pittsburgh Steelers moved up in a trade with the Broncos so that they could take Bush 10th overall. This organization knows the art of drafting better than most, and they knew Bush had all the tools to be a top-tier linebacker at the NFL level. Bush didn't dominate in his rookie season by any means, but linebackers in general require more time to fully develop. Bush is playing for a model organization that develops defensive talents better than any other club. He, TJ Watt, Bud Dupree, and Cameron Hayward form a fierce front 7. Watt may be the Steelers' best player right now, but Bush could totally emerge as the heart of that star-studded defense. He's gotta be a star, just wait and see. Cornerback, Jeff Okudah. Many of today's top cornerbacks are seasoned veterans who've been around for several years. Richard Sherman, Stephen Gilmore, Casey Hayward, Patrick Peterson, and Marcus Peters come to mind. Meanwhile, some of the younger guys like Jalen Ramsey, Marshawn Lattimore, Marlon Humphrey, and Denzel Ward have already established themselves as stars. So, in regards to a future star, that's easy for us. Detroit Lions rookie Jeffrey Okudah. The Ohio State corner was drafted 3rd overall. The Lions know how great he'll be. That's why they're comfortable trading Darius Slay while passing on so many prized college prospects in favor of Okudah. This man does it all. He's got great vision for the ball. He uses his elite speed, football IQ, and athleticism to lock down half the field. He's one of the most polished cornerback prospects to come around in the past 20 years. We expect him to produce right away. He'll be an all-pro within 3 years. Absolutely no doubt about it. Free safety, Darnell Savage. For once, it was the Green Bay Packers defense more so than Aaron Rodgers that carried them in 2019. Mike Pettine's unit guided Green Bay to 13 wins plus a trip to the NFC Championship game, and that was largely thanks to the stellar play from the safety duo of Adrian Amos and rookie Darnell Savage. The Pack struck gold when they took Savage 21st overall in 2019. He tallied 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and 5 passes defended. Savage allowed a 56.7 completion percentage when targeted. That's not awful for a rookie by any means. He already looks like a solid ball-hawking safety, and there's so much room to get better. No safety peaks in their rookie season after all. Strong safety, Johnathan Abram. Unfortunately, Abram suffered a torn rotator cuff in his NFL debut against the Broncos, which required season-ending shoulder surgery. The number 27 pick from 2019 didn't get to shine in his rookie year, but you can expect a big sophomore season from the Mississippi State product. John Gruden and Mike Mayock have quickly gotten a lot of young stars, namely Josh Jacobs and Max Crosby. By the time week 1 rolls around, Abram will have a year to recover, and we assume he'll be even more familiar with the Raiders' defensive scheme. So, yeah, expect Abram to really break out here in 2020, or a bit later. Either way, he'll be an anchor in that secondary for a long time to come. Special teams. Kicker, Harrison Butker. Kickers have suddenly become the most problematic and unreliable position in football. Who would have thought? At least we got to appreciate the likely Hall of Fame career of Adam Vinatieri. And Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker has been historically good at his job. So, any rising star kickers these days? Why, yes actually. His name is Harrison Butker, and he's a very underrated piece of the Kansas City Chiefs. Throughout his first 3 seasons, Butker racked up an impressive 89.7 field goal percentage. The clutch factor is there too. He made 26 of 27 extra points in playoff games. And he went 4 for 4 in field goals through the 2018 and 2019 postseasons. And the guy is only entering his age 25 season. That's a future star, folks. Also, it's early and all, but his 89.7 career field goal percentage is the second best ever, only behind Tucker. Punter, Jake Bailey. Bill Belichick has put an emphasis on special teams, that's for sure. His kickers and punters are always reliable. His group always seems to come through with an important block or big return when needed. They are scary good in every aspect of their special teams, which is why we see punter Jake Bailey eventually growing into a multi-time Pro Bowler. He was solid in his rookie 2019 season, averaging 44.9 yards per punt, but only 6 of those went for touchbacks. Belichick doesn't go through many punters. He seems keen on Bailey, and we were rather impressed with his overall showing in 2019. Expect Bailey to earn the first of multiple Pro Bowl selections real soon. But hey, what changes would you make to our list? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.